From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend enriched with this legendary root offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier, cultural choice.
All right, use a rubber hop on, brother.
What's going on with the brother Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I just wanted to get your opinion on this next coming election cycle. Like, where do we go from here, man?
Man, what we do, man, we go for tangibles, man. It's that simple. At this point, all the symbolic gestures, that's dead. That's out the door. We got to start getting some damn tangibles. This is why they keep flooding the zone. Now, like the Jamaican lady talking about, we don't say nothing about other immigrants. Are you insane? Ma'am, are you insane? See, you got selective memory. We always talk about how other immigrants ain't really doing us no good either. We've been talking about these Venezuelan immigrants that they're flooding us with out there in Chicago. The brothers and sisters out there talking about all the Hispanic immigrants that's being dumped on them and all the crime that's happening. Yeah, we have been talking about that. We've been talking about that in depth. We're not giving them a pass. We've been talking about how some of the Asian anti-Black racist immigrants are harming us within some of these communities. Oh, yes, we have been talking about it. We do go in on them. When they were campaigning for Peter Liang, we went in on these people. We have been talking about them. See, don't get into that deflective thing. Well, I know some of us are bad, but what about them? No, we're not going to play that game because the African and Caribbean immigrants, that's more insidious because then y'all blend in. See, with these outsiders, we know where they are. They don't try to blend in because they can't. They can't come among us. So we see them and we see them coming. So before they get to us, we can form a defense. We say, oh, no. Y'all kind of flooding the zone. We need to do something about it. We get tethers sneaking among us. They'll go put on a hat and hide them hairlines and they're like, hey man, let's talk about some reparations. And then they'll sit here and fake the funk and act cool. And then they get into certain positions and all of a sudden, we need to stop being lazy and we don't need no reparations. We need to work hard. We need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Yeah. And then we're looking around like, what the hell? The hell did this dude come from? And then y'all, we need to get us a Zaddy. Let's keep it real, because we're talking about Zaddy land today, and a lot of the tether bedwenchers are the main ones chasing Zaddy. Jody Turner, that's a tether. You understand? She was out here bragging about her Zaddy. Little stuff like that. Well, we're trying to build something. We got tethers out here Zaddy worshiping. And then when it goes left, they get quiet like church mice. See, that we don't need that. We don't need it. We don't need people coming around with their damn Zaddy worshiping and white ass kissing and undermining us. Yes, we're going to call it out. We're calling out a certain behavior. What about them? No, what about yo ass? What about you coming among us trying to undermine us? We're just not letting it happen. We're saying enough is enough. Because we can't go over there. We can't go to the Caribbean or in Africa. We can't do that stuff over there. We would get checked hard for doing that stuff. Yeah, but we don't even try that. You don't see us going over there trying to undermine the people. You don't see us going to the Caribbean telling the people there they shouldn't get anything from CARICOM. You don't see none of us doing that. It is. Every time we have some kind of reparations panel or task force, look who's on it. They got a whole bunch of people who are not even qualified to get reparations speaking on us getting reparations. That's a problem. Yeah. And we're going to call that out. Shit, I don't know what you think we're going to do. All right, let's get some people in here. All right, let's get who are these people? Let's get Gabriel in here. All right, let's get some new faces in here.
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on, Rev?
Yo, what's up, Tariq? How you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I wanted to talk on the topic real quick about the Zaddy worshipping from non-FBAs. I totally agree with you. As an African myself, I've noticed that a lot of these divestors are mostly Africans. You know, African women. People have told me that they're mostly Black Americans. I'm like, nah, they're mostly Africans. They've got like, if you like go throughout their tweets, they got tweets about them being Nigerian, being part of being Caribbean, and all this stuff. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Like this is mainly a African thing, really, and a Caribbean thing. I don't really see that many Black American women divesting like that or making comments about Black men and so on and so forth.
Right. The thing is, and I've said this before. Thank you, brother. You see a lot of the tether women really pushing the divested thing hard because y'all come from cultures where white people are viewed as gods. When white people show up, it's like they whenever you see a white person, they come with gifts. See, the white supremacists in the African and Caribbean nations, they have indirectly controlled and devastated that place economically. They control these places indirectly. Yet when they show up, they come with little gifts and nigger trinkets, and y'all see this from childhood, and you think white means gifts. So when they show up, it's like Jesus showed up. They show up with some rice, some water, a couple of clothes. Who could the white man? The white man. So it's like it's a worship thing. So you got the men and women just sitting around there fantasizing about getting saved by a white person. So when they come to Western countries, when they come to Britain or the US, the first thing they look for is a zaddy. Whereas foundational Black American women, you don't see that zaddy worship because we've been around the white supremacists for hundreds of years. And the white supremacist men, they're always trying to get at sisters. That's not new. Sisters always got a damn white man trying to hit on them. Especially the sister looks worth a damn. Sister, this white dude always trying to holler at a sister out here on the job. Sisters are used to that. So it's not a thing. That's not a flex. Yeah? It's a different thing. So sisters don't trip on it. They're not running around talking about divesting and all of that stuff. Because sisters know how these guys are. They know how they really, really are. You know? Because we've been around them for the longest. So it's a different vibe. So the FBA sisters don't value the white supremacist male like some of the tethers do. It's a real different dynamic. So you don't hear a lot of FBA sisters running around talking about divest, because they know what the deal is. Just from a historic standpoint, you know what it is. Yeah. And plus, you got families. And if you don't know what it is, you got family members. You got a mama or a grandmama who know what it is. You know, your mama, your grandma was dealing with these people in the Jim Crow era when they could openly rape sisters. Y'all got to remember, during the Jim Crow era, they could just sexually violate sisters all the time at any place with damn impunity. That's something that's always left out. Remember, Rosa Parks, a white supremacist man, tried to sexually assault her. A lot of sisters were working as domestics in these homes of these white supremacists. So these white supremacist males was trying to do all types of shit to sisters. Sometimes they actually did. Look at Strom Thurmond. You know, there's a lot of situations where these sisters were up in these homes and these white dudes were kind of having their way. So a lot of sisters, you know, that ancestral memory is there. So it's a deep dynamic. Let's get Converse. Converse.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
I was just curious. I know where you and Omar stand on interracial relationships. So I'm just curious what you think about the fact that the media power structure and even like if you logging into a banking account or whatever, and they'll start pushing this black and white mixing, and a lot of this stuff comes from powerful white Jews. So I just wanted to get your opinion on uh, why they're pushing that, and what do you think the ultimate objective is of these big power brokers pushing this dynamic? I mean, obviously, Scandal and so many other, films that they got control over and things like that have been pushing this for a while. Israel Cohen wrote a book about it called "Racial Program for the 20th Century." So, just curious on your thoughts about it.
Now, let me ask you this. What's the difference between a Jewish white supremacist and an Anglo white supremacist?
Jewish ones popularized the curse of Ham, which put race into slavery. And the curse of Ham, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's the mechanism by which they were able to get whatever
What's the
white
difference?
folks that, about 20%
No,
of
no.
the slave
What's the
traders
difference?
were
No,
white.
no, no. You're deflecting. That's a deflective thing. What's the difference between a Jewish white supremacist and an Anglo white supremacist?
They got a codified book about supremacy. They have an actual book that talks about how they're better than everybody else.
Who?
I would say that's the biggest difference. The
Who has a
Jews,
book?
the Jews,
The,
the
the white
Talmud.
the white supremacists got a whole bunch of books about how they're superior. The Jared Taylors, hell, Adolf Hitler, who's the white supremacist, he had a
Yeah,
book.
Kevin McDonald, Jewish individual was involved with that book, the Bell Curve.
But yeah,
But white folks,
the guy
go
who
ahead.
wrote the Bell Curve is not Jewish.
Hellerstein, wasn't his name Hellerstein?
No, what are you
Richard
talking about?
Richard Hellerstein, the Bell Curve. One of the
Oh,
authors was Jewish. One of them wasn't. One of them was.
okay, so yeah, it was an Anglo and a Jewish guy, so they were both white supremacists. So why are you
But when
focusing?
it comes to media, well, because the media is controlled by them, it's not what average white folks that control the media. It's definitely Jewish white folks that control the media. So they're the ones really pushing the racial component, and the intermixing, which I don't think is beneficial to either race. I'm not neither black nor white. I'm just observing from the outside. But my interest in it is like, what do you think their objective is when they're doing this? Because they've talked about historically, having mongrelized societies that are easier to control for some intergenerational conspiracy where they control everybody and have their own slaves. And the curse of Ham specifically is what I think where a lot of this stuff comes from, where you codified race hatred based on skin color because, Ham's son was, observing him, I guess, naked or something. And they just made this big retarded story about how black people are going to be slaves forever because of it. So
But you haven't talked about how there's a difference between a Jewish white supremacist and an Anglo. You just said, well, the Jewish people control the media, but the white supremacists, Anglos, they control a lot of the corporate structure, so they work hand in hand with the media. So what's the difference? They work hand in hand.
well, media is definitely more powerful, don't you think? Like when it comes to hip hop, music, in general, R&B, the people who get popularized, the kind of destructive themes that they put out, owning black entertainment television after the black folks who started it sold off. I mean, when you look at the media power structure, I mean, I definitely agree with you. In the corporate world, Anglos are big now, and even Indians now are big in the corporate power structure. But when it comes to media, which is the one predominantly getting people to have self-destructive themes like this that you're talking about, they're at the very top, and it's hard to pin it on
Uh,
anybody else. So,
really, I mean, hell, one of the biggest media conglomerates is Disney, and Walt Disney wasn't Jewish. So I mean,
well,
come
he's
on.
not he's not in control of it anymore, though. Disney is
But hell,
overrun by them.
his family. I mean, hell, the Disney family is still doing what they do. Yeah. And he was a major anti-black racist. Look at the cartoons he put together of black people. Disney owns a lot of the media now. So the spirit of him is still there. They never, the Disney family, they're the ones putting out the surviving R. Kelly stuff. some of those Disney descendants, they're still promoting anti-black stuff. They're not Jews. You see?
Well, I mean, like I don't see anybody amongst the Anglos that got the power of like the Sumner Redstone family,
The Disney
and they're
family,
the ones who control
the,
MTV
the,
and BET.
the
So the
Disney family.
interracial stuff, huh?
I'm the Disney family. People like the Disney family, they got the same amount of power. They got the same amount of power, sir. So I don't get
So
into the.
you're saying you don't make a distinction between the two?
No, I don't look at people's religion. You saying Jewish? Okay, what about the black Jews over in Israel experiencing discrimination now? They're
Right,
Jewish.
right,
What's the
correct.
why are they facing discrimination?
Because I think the most popular racist, the people who have actually put it out, is the Jews, because they have a book called the
But
Talmud that
they're
talks about how
okay.
everybody else is a
Okay.
they're not even human. They're saying that we're all animals or something.
So you got some of the people, some old Jewish black folks who's in Israel right now complaining about racial discrimination. So where's their power? They're Jewish. So where's their power?
Well, Ashkenazi Jews are the ones in power, primarily. I
What's
think,
the difference?
you know,
What's the difference between them and the Ethiopian Jews?
Ethiopian Jews probably didn't had anything to do with the Curse of Ham myth. I mean, that would be opposed to what their actual identity was. You're talking
What's
about the
the
Falasha, right?
difference?
The ones that they
The
brought in like the 80s and 90s.
Oh no, I'm talking about the ones who've been practicing Judaism for centuries. There's black Jews in East Africa, and they go into Israel and they face discrimination, and they've been practicing Judaism for a long time. In fact, one of the people who helped popularize Judaism in Europe was a black dude named Eldad the Danite back in the 8th century. It's been around for a long time. So it was black people who were Jewish talking about Judaism for a long time. Asking you, why don't the Ethiopian Jews have power and all of these media conglomerates? Why don't they have it if the Jews are the problem?
Well, because it's Ashkenazi Jews in control of everything, which is basically,
Okay,
you call them
what's
white.
it's the white ones.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. White
The
white Ashkenazi
problem,
Jews.
so the problem,
Khazars, you can call them Khazars.
so the problem is the white supremacy. It ain't the Judaism. It's not the Jew part. It's the white part. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying too, sir. Thank you so much for reiterating that, sir. That's why I only focus on the white supremacy problem, not the Jew problem, sir. Because it's not a Jewish problem, it's a white supremacist problem. You understand? Always focus on the real issue, sir. But thank you so much. Thank you. See,
Thank
black
you.
folks, y'all play this game. Let me tell y'all what y'all do. Y'all get around some of these alt-right dudes and y'all think that you have some kind of camaraderie with them. You think if you start regurgitating some of their bullshit ass talking points that you got some kind of ally. Negroes, let me tell you something. You don't. Let me tell black people something. Getting with these alt-right dudes on the little 4chan forums and trying to let them blame it ain't white supremacy, buddy. It's the Jews. And you sitting there regurgitating, that's a deflective talking point. Because these folks sit up here and point to the Jews and this and that, and they're all clicked in with the Ben Shapiro's and all the other anti-black racists. They're all cut buddies behind the scenes, man. I brought this up before, man. They had the American Nazi Party out here. There was a dude named Dan Burrows who was one of the leaders of the American Nazi Party, who was Jewish. He blended right on in. He was hiding his Jewish background until a reporter outed him. You understand? So don't play that game. I don't get into people's religion. I don't get into their religion. Y'all make a grave mistake playing that game. The problem is white supremacy. You dig? That is the problem. All right. Let's get Love I Am. Let's get Love I Am in here. Miss Love I Am.
Hey Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, dear. It's a lot of people in there. I just noticed there's over 1,000 people in here. But go ahead, dear. How are
Oh,
you?
that's what's up. I'm good. I actually wanted to speak on that. I was gonna say that the reason why I don't create a distinction between the Jew and white people is because right now white people are trying to run this scheme where they're actually trying to play blame the Jews, and try to
Right.
rid themselves of any accountability for the antagonistic part of white supremacy that they play. The reality of the matter is, um, the Jews, if they have a part to play in white supremacy, they're very well hidden. They will be the equivalent to Walmart, the corporation, and then the white people would literally be the managers. So it's the managers that are pissing you off every day.
Right.
It's those people who are, they get into those conversations and they want to call us low IQ and get into all of that dumb shit. So essentially, what he just was doing, in my opinion, was framing an argument on why they need to stop. Because if they want to put it on the Jews, then they need to stop what the hell they're doing, but they won't. So it is white supremacy unless all of
Yeah.
the white people are going to make a conscientious effort that they are no longer going to be they're no longer going to participate in the triangulation of the elites, and that they're going to stop with the racist bullshit, and they not going to do that. So I want to keep accountability right where it belongs. Sorry, Tariq.
Right. Yeah, yeah, thank you, dear. Yeah, black folks, stop letting people make you play hot potato. I call that the racial hot potato. The white supremacists are good at that. Um, they always try to point to the other group of white people. Dude, it's not the reason why there's so much racism. It's the Democrats. The Democrats and their policies, man. And then they run this game. Well, it's the Republicans, it's the MAGA. They're the real racists. No, it's the Jews. The Jews control the media. They're the real racists. So they play this little hot potato game. They're pointing the finger at everybody else, and they're all in on it. All of the white supremacists are in on it. Y'all stop letting them play the deflection game. That's why I don't get into no religion. I don't get into no political thing. You put it right where it is. It's a racial and it's the white supremacist. That group is the problem. That's why they're always trying to deflect into something else. Because if you look at a problem and if you look directly at what the problem is, it's natural that you will come up with a solution to fix the problem. You will come up with a solution to replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a system of justice. A system of white supremacy does not work. We need a system of justice. And if you look at the problem, people know by nature you're going to figure out what the solution to the problem is. So they never want you to look at what the problem is. They always try to reframe what the problem is. No, 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 no. It's not white supremacy. No, 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 no. It's Democrat supremacy. No, 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 no. It's the elite. It's the bankers. It's banker supremacy. No, 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 no. It's media supremacy. It's the media that's trying to divide people, dude. Nah, no, it's white supremacy. That's the problem. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of folks in here, a lot of people in here. Everybody go to rootworkstyle.com and get your root work deodorant, ladies and gentlemen, at rootworkstyle.com. Rootworkstyle.com. And speaking of musty, we got T.S. Giselle in here. T.S. Giselle, say what you got to say real quickly. And please don't post no pictures, because I let you on. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to speak, and you are trying to promote your OnlyFans, and we're not doing that. Please don't promote no big back pictures. Go ahead.
First of all, I have never posted an inappropriate picture to the Jumbotron.
Yes, yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Um,
yes, you've
Tariq,
always posted pictures of
let me say what I
you
got.
all. You always post pictures of your Lane Bryant cat suits and all of that stuff that we don't want to see. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, T.S.
Yeah,
Giselle.
I was muted. So I don't have a, just let me say what I want to say. I only have a minute worth of comments. Um, because a white man is coming to take me to the fair. Also, I broke some jewelry, so he's going to get that corrected for me. Um,
A white man is wait. A white man is going to take you to the fair.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, they took King Kong to a fair too. But go ahead.
Um, anyway, I only came here to say I wanted to give a huge shout out and congratulations to LaFonzia Butler, my openly gay and graduate of D. Jackson State University in Mississippi. And I would hope that you guys would celebrate her appointment to U.S. Senator of California to serve with the Honorable Raphael Warnock, a graduate of Morehouse College. So
So, what are we celebrating for? What are we celebrating
we're
for?
celebrating the two Black senators are graduates of historically Black colleges and universities. And I think she's a quote unquote FBA woman, as you guys would
Okay,
say.
so
So I
okay, if we're
think
celebrating. Okay, hold on. If we're celebrating them being the Black senators, what does their position mean for Black people? How is that going to benefit Black people?
well, certainly representation matters. It matters to have a figurehead that is of your cultural ethnicity, representing our
It
government
matters
and
why.
the.
It matters why.
Can you not interrupt me? That represent.
No, because I want you to elaborate. It matters if they're going to represent.
So
What are they representing, and what are we getting from the representation?
yeah, so number one, you need to understand how our government works. So I am a resident. I'm not a resident of Georgia anymore, a resident of North Carolina. So neither Raphael Warnock or LaFonzia are my representatives, but for the people of California and Georgia, I don't know that it's appropriate for me to give a direct representation because what they pass doesn't really impact me. But it is critical that we certainly have representation. LaFonzia, she, I don't.
Okay. I'm a resident of California, and she's a senator out here. And what is her appointment going to mean for me and other Black people in California?
Well, I will hope that to the best of her ability, she would go in and sponsor legislation, and support legislation that is, benefiting to all citizens of California. We have to remember a senator is
Okay.
representing the entire state.
Thank you. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to hear that, Obama. Oh, Obama ain't the president of Black America. He's the president of all America. But then when she comes in, and already she's going to have all types of resources for the LGBT community. All of us, that's that Obama talk. Here they go with that. Y'all remember that the oldie but goodie? Well, they're not the senator just for Black people. They're the senator for all the people. But here's a gazillion dollars for the Asian community. Here's a gazillion dollars for the white LGBT community. Hey, I thought you were the senator for everybody. Where's my money? Well, we I can't do something that's going to only benefit Black people. No. Oh, Lord. Here we go. That's why, yeah, nothing burger with a side of fries. All right, that's all it is. Let's get Brother Terrain Walker in here.
What's good, Tariq? How you doing this afternoon?
I'm good, family. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just been at the mixing desk all damn day, and I just saw you had your space. I wanted to just come in, man. I'm assuming you're talking about the rash of white men who are divesting from the divestors, or are we on something else?
Yes, yes. The white men are divesting now. Damn.
Yeah, man. It's on the one hand, it's sad. On the other hand, I think it's necessary because regardless of what these celebrities are doing in their lives, whether it's Travis Kelce and what's her name, or whether it's Jodie Turner Smith and all these other people, what trips me out about this is the people who latch onto these people and live vicariously through them to the point where they neglect the people in their own lives to try to live their sexual lives through these people. So I just think it's good that this wake up call is happening, especially in this particular case, because Any sister who would get on her knees and crawl to a white man to beg her to marry him, and then let her parade her around in front of the world naked while he has on a suit, that's plantation sexual politics. So I think it's good for the investors to see this so they can have an example of what reality looks like and they can maybe come back to the real world. Not the brothers, because brothers don't need to deal with them, but just come back to the real world. That's all I got to say.
Real. Thank you, brother. Yeah, a lot of y'all forgot that Jody, that Zaddy, she was up here taking plantation pictures, naked. Oh God. Oh, the sexual gutterness, the slumming was in full display. And remember, she asked him to marry her. She proposed to him. You dig? It was gutter sex times 10. And bam, now everything fizzled out and went to hell. Lord. Y'all gonna learn, but then y'all keep running around trying to promote Zaddyism. Like, who's this? Who's this? Let's get Miriam. Let's get Miriam in here. Miriam. Let's get Miriam in here.
Hey, good evening, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, Miriam. How are you?
I'm Black